Hello, devoted fans of the bold and the beautiful. If you're anything like me, you've been glued to your screen, heart pounding with every twist and turn in the lives of the Forrester, Spencer, and Logan families. These characters have become like extended family, flawed, passionate, and endlessly dramatic. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the most tantalizing what-if scenarios that's been buzzing in the fandom. Could little Beth Spencer, the adorable beacon of hope for Liam Spencer and Hope Logan, actually not be Liam's biological child? And if this explosive secret were to erupt, might it detonate right in the middle of Liam and Hope's long-awaited wedding? Buckle up, because we're about to explore this possibility in all its soapy glory, unpacking the show's history of deceit, the emotional stakes, and the wild speculations that could reshape everything we thought we knew. Let's start by setting the stage with a heartfelt recap, because no good drama unfolds without understanding the roots of the turmoil. Beth Spencer entered the world amid chaos and heartbreak back in 2019, a storyline that still sends shivers down my spine. Hope Logan, played with raw vulnerability by Annika Noel, had endured a grueling pregnancy filled with highs and lows, only to face the ultimate nightmare, believing her newborn daughter had died shortly after birth. The culprit, none other than the shady doctor. Reese Buckingham, a character whose moral compass was as broken as a shattered Forrester Creations vase. Reese, desperate to pay off gambling debts, orchestrated a horrific baby swap. He stole Beth from the hospital and sold her to an unsuspecting Steffi Forrester Jacqueline McInneswood, who adopted her under the name Phoebe, thinking she was doing a good deed. Imagine the agony, hope, crumbling in Liam's arms as they mourned their lost child, while Steffi raised Beth as her own, oblivious to the truth. Liam Spencer Scott Clifton, ever the conflicted hero torn between two loves, was devastated, his world shattered into pieces. This plotline wasn't just a plot twist. It was a masterclass in emotional torture, dragging on for months with tear-soaked scenes, whispered secrets, and mounting suspicions. When the truth finally exploded thanks to the relentless digging of characters like Thomas Forrester and Flo Fulton's reunion was nothing short of epic. Beth was restored to Hope and Liam. Tears flowed like a Forrester fashion show runway, and the family seemed whole again. But in the world of daytime soaps, whole is often just a fragile illusion, ready to crack under the weight of the next revelation. Fast forward to today, and Beth is thriving as a biological daughter of Liam and Hope. Officially, there's no whisper from the show's writers or spoilers indicating otherwise. The Spencer-Logan clan has weathered storms, infidelities, rivalries, and corporate battles, but Beth remains their unshakable anchor. Yet, as any longtime viewer knows, the bold and the beautiful thrives on the unexpected. This isn't a predictable sitcom. It's a whirlwind of paternity scandals, switch test results, and resurrected villains that keep us coming back for more. Remember the infamous Ridge Forrester paternity saga, or the endless backhand forth over who fathered Hope's own siblings. The show has a storied history of DNA drama, where lab results are as reliable as a Forrester promise during a love triangle. So why entertain the idea that Beth might not be Liam's? It's not just fan fiction. It's rooted in the very fabric of the series, DNA pun very much intended. The baby swap with Dr. Reese wasn't just a one-off. It left lingering threads that could be pulled at any moment. Reese, portrayed with sleazy charm by Wayne Brady, vanished into the shadows after his crimes were exposed, but soaps love a good comeback. What if Reese resurfaces, not as a reformed man, but as a vengeful ghost from the past, armed with a bombshell that could upend everything? Picture this: Reese, perhaps blackmailed or seeking redemption in the most twisted way, confesses that during the chaos of the swap, he tampered with more than just the babyish altered paternity records too. Maybe there's a hidden test result showing that Beth's true father is someone else entirely. Who could it be? The possibilities are endless and deliciously scandalous. Let's amp up the drama with some hypothetical scenarios, because speculation is half the fun. Suppose the truth emerges at Liam and Hope's wedding, a classic soap trope that's been milked for maximum heartbreak since the genre's inception. The scene is set, The Forrester mansion is decked out in opulent whites and golds, flowers cascading like waterfalls, guests murmuring in anticipation. Hope, radiant in a custom Forrester gown that hugs her figure like a second skin, walks down the aisle toward Liam, whose eyes brim with love and lingering doubt because, let's face it, Liam's always got one foot in another relationship. Vows are exchanged, rings glint under the lights, and just as the officiant asks if anyone objects, bam! The doors burst open, and in storms Dr. Reese, disheveled and desperate, clutching a folder of damning evidence. "Stop the wedding," he shouts, his voice echoing through the stunned crowd. Gasps ripple like a wave. Steffi freezes, her hand on her chest. Brooke Logan shoots daggers with her eyes. Bill Spencer stands ready to pounce. Reese spills it all. During Beth's birth, in a moment of panic or greed, he discovered or fabricated that Liam wasn't the father. Perhaps it's Thomas Forrester, whose obsession with Hope has bordered on the psychotic, or even a wild card like Justin Barber, throwing in a corporate espionage angle. The revelation sends shockwaves. Hope collapses in sobs, her dream day turning into a nightmare. Liam reels, questioning every moment of fatherhood, and Beth, innocently playing nearby, becomes the unwitting center of a custody war that could tear families apart. But why stop there? Let's delve deeper into the emotional fallout, because the bold and the beautiful excels at mining the human psyche for drama. For Hope, this would be the ultimate betrayal not just of her body and trust, but of her identity as a mother. She's built her life around being the resilient Logan, rising from ashes time and again. Losing Beth's paternity link to Liam could shatter her, leading to intense therapy sessions, heated confrontations, and perhaps a spiral into self-doubt. We'd see flashbacks to her pregnancy, questioning every intimate moment with Liam, wondering if fate or the writers had played a cruel joke. Liam, oh poor, indecisive Liam. This man has flip-flopped between Hope and Steffi more times than a Forrester model changes outfits. A paternity twist would amplify his inner turmoil to operatic levels. Is he still Beth's dad in spirit, even if not by blood? Cue brooding monologues on the Spencer yacht, tearful confessions to his father Bill, and maybe even a reckless rebound that reignites old flames. Steffi, ever the fierce protector, might see this as her chance to swoop in, especially if Beth's true parentage ties back to the Forrester side. Imagine the custody battles in courtrooms dripping with tension, lawyers slinging accusations while the judge bangs the gavel like a drumbeat of doom. And don't forget the ripple effects on the extended cast. Brooke and Ridge's fragile marriage could crack under the strain. Brooke defending her daughter with lioness ferocity, Ridge torn between loyalties. Thomas, if implicated, might descend further into villainy, manipulating the situation for his gain. Even characters like Wyatt Spencer or Flo could get dragged in, their past sins resurfacing like ghosts at a seance. The show's writers have a knack for interconnecting plots, turning one secret into a web that ensnares everyone. Of course, this is all speculation, fueled by the show's penchant for paternity pandemonium. Historically, The Bold and the Beautiful has delivered some of the most jaw-dropping twists in soap history. Think back to the 1987 premiere, where secrets and lies set the tone for decades of drama. Or the infamous Barry storyline in the 90s, where paternity questions kept viewers hooked. More recently, the Vinnie Walker death and its cover-up showed how one lie can snowball into catastrophe. If the Beth not Liam's child plot were to happen, it wouldn't be out of left field. It'd be a nod to the genre's roots, where bloodlines are as fluid as the Pacific Ocean views from the Forrester estate. But here's the million-dollar question. Will it actually happen? The show's executive producer, Bradley Bell, is notoriously tight-lipped, dropping hints in interviews that keep us guessing. Recent episodes have focused on corporate intrigue at Forrester Creations and budding romances, but soaps pivot on a dime. A ratings dip or a cast shakeup could prompt this kind of bombshell. Fan forums are ablaze with theories and point to subtle clues in dialogue, like Hope's wistful mentions of Beth's birth, as foreshadowing. Others dismiss it as wishful thinking, arguing that Beth's return was too hard one for another reversal. Personally, I'm torn. Part of me craves the chaos, the kind that makes you yell at your TV and debate with friends. Another part worries for the characters' sanity. How much more can they endure? Yet, that's the magic of the bold and the beautiful. It mirrors life's unpredictability, amplified to 11. Weather Doctor. Reese slithers back with a paternity bombshell, or this remains fan fodder. One thing certain, we'll be watching hearts in our throats. So, what do you think, fans? Could Beth's paternity be the next big shakeup, exploding at Liam and Hope's wedding like fireworks gone wrong? Drop your theories in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more updates on the bold and the beautiful.